I think this is a real concern. While it's just now more of a concern for steel, it's a concern for all industries, and I think we should be conscious of that. Because if you look at steel, China is exporting more than 100 million tons of steel at prices at which they are losing money. So it's not that Chinese steel industries are competitive and making money at these prices. So the question is, how much do you want to let your industry suffer because the industry is making investments? And if India, which has so much of iron ore, is importing steel, it's an irony that that's happening. So that's why our submission to the government is something needs to be done.
So in the Supreme Court, there was a verdict on in terms of mining, royalty, taxation, etc. How has that played out for the industry, and what's your view on that?
Well, it has a huge impact, not just on steel, but all on industries which depend on minerals, whether it is cement, whether it's power, whether it is aluminium, everything else, right? So I think the point is, firstly, what will the state government do with this judgment? What is going to be the demand? It's not that we have a demand from the state government yet. They are looking at all options, because the question is, how much do you want to tax upfront, and or do you want to allow the industry to invest and grow and collect the taxes that you generate that way, So I think this is a conversation we are having with the state government on the retrospective part. On the prospective part, we are having a conversation with the government at the center, because obviously the MMDR Act was made with a certain intention in mind, and something like this again negates some of the advantages of MMDR for the industry. So I think the central government is also looking at how to amend the Act if required, so that it addresses the issues that the industry is facing.
Just finally, closing thoughts on demand outlook for the steel industry for second half of 2024.
See, the demand is decent. The demand reflects the GDP growth rate. So if the GDP is growing at 6-7%, I expect the demand to be around that level. Second half hopefully will be better than the first half, because first half Q1 we struggled a bit because of the elections, and then monsoon quarter is always a weak quarter. Second half is a festival quarter, and January to June is typically a good time for the steel industry. So I expect H2 to be better than H1.